Hey there, everyone. I was about to say happy Monday, but it's not Monday, it's Tuesday, right? Oh my goodness. I am so off my game this week, but that's okay. It is Tuesday. We're going live on a different day today. So normally I go live here on Monday, but it's for a good reason, I promise you. And I'm super excited for today's topic, although I'm realizing we have the wrong little thing up here. So hold on, we're going to take this off for a second. Let me pull up my notes because we have got a good topic today. So today I really wanted to talk to y'all about the importance of digital products and why, in my opinion, digital products are one of the best ways that you can make more money in your business. And specifically, one of my favorites are online courses. So we're going to talk today about online courses. But really what I'm going to say is actually pretty applicable to any digital products, whether that's templates, or PDF guides or ebooks or memberships or courses or anything like that, okay? So all good stuff. So I wanna tell you first a little bit of a story about digital products. So what are we in now? We're in August of 2020. In December of 2018, I was really at a crossroads in my business. So I had been running actually a completely different business. And to be honest, I was not very happy. It wasn't the business of my dreams. It was a business that I had been really excited about at the beginning, but it ended up not being something that I was as passionate about. And so I was looking for kind of that next step. And through my work in that first business, I met a lot of women entrepreneurs. And what I learned was that while women entrepreneurs are incredible and creative and passionate and talented, one of the things that holds a lot of us back is the money stuff in business. And a lot of women really had never gotten that financial education, about how to do sort of the financial side of business, right? So I actually started blogging. I started blogging in kind of late 2018, just frankly, as things would piss me off. Like I'd see people give bad advice, and so I would start writing about it. And then come that December, I had been blogging for a few months. And so I thought, I wonder what this is. I wonder what I do with this. Do I turn this into a business? Do I just keep blogging? Like, what is this? And I started paying attention to this woman named Amy Porterfield, who, if you've been with me for a while, is an incredible mentor of mine now. But I started paying attention to her, and she started talking about online courses. And I thought, I don't really know what this online course thing is, but I'm listening. I will admit I was skeptical though. So I listened to her. I listened to her tell her story about how she pivoted from really social media management to running an online course business. And where she really grabbed my attention was where she talks about how online courses allowed you to take what you already knew, to take what you were already doing, the impact you're already having, and to just multiply it and really grow your business, really boost your business. And scale it to a point that you just couldn't do if you were working one-on-one with people. And that's really where she grabbed my attention, because I was starting to realize that as much as I loved working with people and I loved talking about the money stuff in business, that I didn't want to be tied down with client calls, all day, every day. I mean, that was my life in corporate. It was meetings all day. It was exhausting. It was not the life I wanted now that I had my own business. And so on kind of a whim, I actually enrolled in Amy's Digital Course Academy, which is her online course to teach you how to not just create an online course, but to actually set up and run your online course business. Everything from the course itself to marketing it to nurturing your students, really the whole shebang. And let me just tell you, DCA, as we call it for short, changed my life. I launched my first online course in May of 2019, despite the fact that my Facebook ads account was completely shut down 2 days before my launch. I still had in my mind, a really successful launch. I made about $5,000 on that launch, which was great considering I had no Facebook ads. I had a very, very small email list. And so it was very exciting to me. I launched my course, Biz Money Blueprint, again in October. I live launched it, brought more students into the course. And then at the beginning of this year, beginning of 2020, decided to put it on Evergreen so that people can essentially always buy my course. And that's where it is now. And let me just tell you, it really has changed my business. And so now when I look at my business, 6 months from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, Online courses is a huge piece of it. Right now I just have the one Biz Money Blueprint. I suspect I'll probably have another one at some point in the future. But the reason why, or one of the reasons why I love online courses so much is because I've seen firsthand the impact they can have on your business. So today I really wanted to share with you just a few benefits of online courses, talk about why I really do believe that they are one of the best ways to make more money in your business. But I also just wanted to share really quickly who I'm talking to right now, because I, like maybe many of you, originally thought, I can't create an online course. Like, I don't have anything to teach. I don't have anything important to say. Nobody's going to want an online course about, the money in your business or really anything like that I talked about at the time. And here is my answer to you. If you have any kind of information or a process or a system that you teach or you share with your community, with your clients, whatever it may be, whether that's through blogging, whether it's through doing one-on-one work with your clients, whether it's through doing the work for your client, if you're managing social media, for example, anything like that, or if you've done it yourself. So if you're a wedding photographer and you've built a really successful business, one of my past clients has created an online course teaching wedding photographers how to build a six-figure business in their first year. So if you've done something like that, then you have information, you have something to teach people, you have something of value to provide to people. And so to me, what's so great about the online course world is that you really can create an online course for anything. There are people who have online courses about, canning, like canning, I don't know, what do you can? Fruits and vegetables? I think that's what people can. I don't know. Canning. I know a woman who has an online course about making candy apples. And by the way, I believe when she launched it the last time, she did over 6 figures for her course, which is like, it's not, I forget the exact price, but it's something like $27 or $47. So it's not an expensive course. Actually, no, sorry. It's a little bit more than that. I think it's like 97, but over 6 figures for a course about candy apples. So it doesn't have to be something business specific. It doesn't have to be something that, that you would sort of see, in a college or anything like that. People create courses for all different things. And that's what's so great about a course, is it really enables you to get the information that you have into the hands of people who want to take action now. And frankly, may not be able to afford to work with you one-on-one. So let's talk about, I want to go through, I've got 3 benefits for you that I want to talk to you about. So the first benefit is really of having an online course, creating an online course, is really the ability to have a greater impact and to scale. So this is, if you hear people talk about the one-to-many versus the one-to-one approach. So before I had my course, I was doing a little bit of one-on-one work with clients. So clients would pay me, I would sit down with them and help them with the money stuff in their business. And it was great. It was very satisfying. I really felt like my clients were getting a lot out of it. The problem was I could only take on so many clients, right? I only have so many hours in the day. And so the challenge there, of course, is that not only am I limited in the number of people that I can help, but I'm also limited in my ability to scale, right? So what's great about an online course is you can help so many people. My course right now, Biz Money Blueprint, I can sell it to 100 people or 1,000 people or 1,000,000 people. And it doesn't make a difference to me, but it allows me to serve more people. It allows me to have a greater impact on more people. So I was bad on my banners today, but I want to put this up. So we're going to, benefit number 1, we're going to put this up so y'all can see. So benefit number 1 of having an online course really is the ability to have a greater impact and the ability to scale your course. I also want to point out here too, I work with a lot of service-based business owners who say, but I like working with clients. I don't want to get rid of that. That's okay. You don't have to get rid of that. It doesn't have to be, I have an online course business or I work one-on-one with clients. It can be a combination of both. And in fact, I recommend it be a combination of both, because the best part about adding an online course into your business is it does allow you to scale, but it also helps you to protect your time, right? So you can scale your business to the level you want to scale it to without adding more one-on-one clients onto that list. You can give more to the one-on-one clients you have. You can be more present for them. You can do a better job for them. Without burning out because you are trying to scale that business. So I think that's a really huge benefit of it. Okay, so the next benefit of it, benefit number 2, let me type this in. I usually do these ahead of time and I forgot My bad. Benefit number 2 of having an online course is greater ROI. And by ROI, we mean return on investment. So what I get back for what I put in. So for example, if I invest $1 into my business and I make $2, then I've doubled my money, right? If I invest $1 and I only make back $1.20, my ROI is only 20% versus 100%. So I'd rather the 100% ROI. I'd rather double my money. Courses have a greater ROI, generally speaking, than one-on-one work, because once you've created it, you can sell 1 or 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000 without really it costing you much more. You might have to upgrade to a bigger plan on your course software or something like that. But for the most part, it's not going to cost you that much more as you sell to more people. So right there, I mean, when I think about the time I put into my course, I actually don't remember exactly how many hours, but if I put a value on the time I put into creating my course, the ROI on that time gets greater and greater and greater and greater the more I sell that course, because I've already invested that time and I don't have to keep investing it to bring in more money like I do when I work one-on-one with clients, right? Because when I work one-on-one with clients, I have to show up for them. I have to be there for every single client, every single call that gets booked. I have to be there. With my course, people just buy my course, they go right in, they take it, and I don't have to show up. So I'm able to get a greater return on my initial investment of time for that. There also typically is a higher profit margin on courses, because usually courses require little time to deliver, meaning and some people do have live components to their courses, but even still, you're typically providing less time than if you individually worked with every single person who signed up for your course. And also the costs to deliver are fairly low. So, usually we're talking about your course hosting platform. So for me, I use Kajabi. You might have some Facebook ads. Maybe you have a VA to help with some graphics, things like that. But, again, your costs are pretty low. And let's be honest, a big cost of the one-on-one work you do is your time. So much less of your time goes into selling your online course over time once you've created it. Because again, it's that one-to-many model. Also, what I love about online courses, and the reason why they get us a greater ROI, is because once you get kind of a launch strategy going, once you get a funnel set up, once you sort of got it figured out how you're going to take your student from the first moment they see you to when they buy your course, once that's running and working really well, it can actually keep creating money for you on a regular basis. So you don't really have to do much more with it. Keep tweaking it as you want. But once you got it up and running and it's good, it's making you money, and there's not a lot more you have to put into it. So courses really do have a significantly greater ROI, in my opinion, than the one-on-one work we do. And then the last benefit, hold on, let's type this one out, is to prime your audience for a larger offer. So what I mean by this is, I think a course is a great way to bring people into your community, to get them the guidance that they need to have a transformation, and to help them see how you teach, what it's like to work with you, so that if you have a larger offer, if you do have one-on-one coaching, if you've got a group program, you've got a mastermind, whatever it may be, you're really priming them for that. Because it can be very challenging. Let's say you have a $10,000 mastermind offer. Well, it can be really hard to get people to come into your world who don't know who you are, who want to take advantage of that $10,000 offer, right? You got to do a lot of nurturing, and you really need to show them the value of taking advantage of that offer for working with you. But it's a lot harder when it's someone you haven't worked with before, someone you don't know. And let's be honest, I shouldn't say most of us, but a lot of us who have clients at that level, it is people we've worked with before. I mean, I have my loyal clients who, will keep buying what I put out there because they've worked with me before, right? And so having an online course is a great way to prime your audience and get them to really understand what it's like to work with you, the value of working with you, so that when you do have a higher level offer, it's a hell yes for them because they've worked with you. They don't need a lot of convincing because they know the value you offer. They know what it's like to be a part of your community, and they've seen how incredibly life-changing and transformative your guidance is. So it's quite it's quite a nice way, I think, to really bring people into your world, help them take action, and help get them ready for the next best thing. I'm like, I cannot speak. Cool. All right. And I see a bunch of folks watching live. So if you've got questions for me, go ahead and drop them in the comments. But while I do that, or while y'all do that, we got a great question here. So let me do this question first. So any recommendations for how to split time between current one-on-one services? Let me actually pull this up. We're going to get fancy here. Hold on. Pull this up. So how to split time between current one-on-one services, main revenue, and wanting to create a scalable product without dropping too much revenue during development. Yeah, so this is a great question. And I mean, this is, I think, one of the biggest reasons why a lot of entrepreneurs take a while to get to the online course, or really any kind of scalable revenue model, is because we've got that revenue coming in, it's paying the bills, it's putting food on our table, and it's hard to sort of let that go, right? The answer is it's honestly, it's going to be a little uncomfortable, because you do have to give up a little bit to be able to dive into that next phase of your business. I've got a client right now who is going through this, and I know for her, it really is. She's sort of just come to that realization of, I'm never going to be able to make this next phase of my business work, the phase that has the online courses, until I'm willing to give up a bit of the one-on-one client work that I'm doing. And so it is a bit scary to take that leap. And oh, my banners are so fancy. Thank you. It's not me, StreamYard, all the way. It is scary to take that leap, but I think if you're truly if you truly believe in your business, and you truly believe in scaling your business, and that is where you want to go, then I think this is a step you need to take. And to be clear, if you like where your business is at, if you're enjoying your one-on-one work, if you've got enough money coming in, if you're like, I don't want to scale right now, I don't have the energy for it, I'm not excited about it, whatever that may be, then that's cool too. Recognize that that's the phase you're in and just be okay with it. But if you want to scale your business, it's almost impossible to do it through solely one-on-one. So at some point, you're going to have to phase those types of passive income, online courses, memberships, ebooks, PDFs, templates, things like that. You're going to have to phase those in. Now, here's what I would say. Depending on where you're at. So if you don't have a current audience, if you don't have an email list, if you don't have a group, if you don't have people to sell to, I would actually focus on that step first. I would focus on building up that community. And you can do that by creating something that's free, a PDF guide, an ebook, a mini training, a video series, and use that to get people to join your email list so that you can start talking about whatever your topic is. You're priming them for your course when you eventually roll out your course. That's what I would focus your time on right now, while you've still got the one-on-one revenue coming in. Now, when you build up that audience, you get it a little bit bigger, you start to hear from them, you understand what their pain points are, because this is really important. And this is something that Amy talks about in her Digital Course Academy, is actually doing what we call ICA, Ideal Client Avatar calls, doing ICA calls with people so that you can really understand their pain points, so that when you create that course, it's exactly what they want. It's that, hell yes, I want it right now. So you doing all of this work as you're building up your email list and your community. And then when you get to the point where you say, I know what my people want, I know what they need to take action and be successful, I am going to create it. Then you can pre-launch that course before you create any of it. Do not create a single piece of that course, pre-launch it, get it sold. If you get enough people on board, then you take the time to create it, because at that point, now you've got that revenue in the door, and it's a little bit easier to say bye-bye to some of those one-on-one clients, right? But I think you can definitely do it as a phased approach. You also, if you don't feel ready to go all in with the course, is you can do a workshop. You can do a 2-hour workshop. Use that to get the people in your community engaging with you in that type of educational style. Use that workshop to help them take action, so that, again, they see what working with you gets them. They see that transformation that will happen when they work with you. And then they'll be ready when you do want to roll out that course. So there's definitely ways to phase into it. And I will tell you, I didn't phase into it. I went like all in. I didn't have a list. I had like 25 people on my list. I did not have a list. I went all in, and I scraped it together for my first launch, and I'm really proud of it. But if I could have done it all over, I would have started with list building. I would have started with creating an email list and really getting people into my world who were ideal future students for me, and working on building that relationship, and then launching my course. Now, I will tell you, I did pre-launch my course. So I launched it. I had the outline created. I did not have any of the content or videos created. I launched it, I sold it, and I turned the creation around of my whole course in 2 weeks. It was a stressful 2 weeks, but I do not regret it for a second, because I had money in the door before I ever did it. So I didn't waste my time if I didn't get any sales. Thankfully, I got sales, made it worth it for me to do it. And 2 weeks later, we were good to go. And actually, I should say we were almost good to go. Mine was, when I originally launched it, I did it over 6 weeks. And so I actually was creating some of the content the week before it would then be released, because I dripped it out. So you can definitely ease into it. And that would be my recommendation for you. So hopefully that answers your question. Okay, so if you are thinking about creating an online course, I've got something fun for you, also from my dear friend, Amy Porterfield, who is so much fun. Y'all, I just totally blanked out my face. So hold on. We're gonna make this not fancy. I'm going to put this on the banner. We are so not prepared today. That's okay. But if you head over to megkwheeler.com/course quiz, Amy has put together, this is so much fun. I took it, even though I've already created a quiz, and I had a lot of fun with it. It is a quiz, even though I already have a course. It is a quiz. What's your personal path to creating a profitable digital course? And so she really talks about in this quiz, excuse me, that there are 3 proven approaches to get you to that profitable digital course. This quiz, it'll take you 2 minutes to do. It's super simple. And it's going to tell you which one of these paths you should take based on your experience, based on your expertise, based on where you're at in your business. So for all of those of you who, similar to our question, are thinking, how do I phase this into my business? You're going to love this quiz, because it's going to tell you what the best path is for you to take to get to that profitable online course. I'm super excited for you to take this. I want you to share the results. If you are in the Badass Moneymakers, my free Facebook group, head over to megkwheeler.com/course quiz, take the quiz, come back to the Badass Moneymakers, tell us what you got. I'm so excited to hear about this, because I love Amy. I love her quizzes. I love her guidance. She literally changed my life. DCA, Digital Course Academy, changed my life. And I'm so excited for you to get a little bit of the goodness that she's offering through this quiz. So I don't see any more questions. I'm going to wrap it up there. But again, head to megkwheeler.com/course quiz. Take the 2-minute quiz, find out what your path to profitable online course is, and then come back here and tell us. I want to know, friend. Okay. We got one more question. This is a good one too. What should I keep in mind related to sales tax on digital products? This is not a quick question, my friends. This is a really complicated question. So sales tax here in the US is dictated at the state level, meaning every single state has different laws. I actually have a workshop, speaking of workshops, on sales tax. It's my Sales Tax 101 workshop. You can find it on my website, megkwheeler.com/shop. That covers everything. It's a 2-hour workshop. It goes over the rules in every single state. But high level overview is this. When you're trying to decide, or when you're trying to figure out if you need to charge sales tax, you've got to look at essentially 2 things. The first is, do you have what's called nexus in that state? And I'm not going to go into all the details, but essentially nexus means presence. And it can be created through a variety of ways. It can be created through having physical presence, meaning you have a store or a warehouse or an office. It can also be created through something called economic nexus, meaning you sell a certain amount of products, maybe even digital products, to that state. Now, usually that threshold's a little bit higher, $50,000 or above. It's different for every state though. But if you sell a lot to a particular state, you might have nexus in that state. So that's the first question. Do I even have nexus in the state? If you don't have nexus, you don't owe sales tax in the state, period. Okay. So the first thing is figure out what states you have nexus in. Second question is to figure out, is what I'm selling subject to sales tax? And this is where it gets tricky with online courses. Digital products, because they're sort of newer-ish, some states have rules about this. Other states don't have a clue because their laws are 20 years old and were made before there was the internet. So, so in that case, you really just want to look at your state's particular laws. Some states do tax digital products. Some states don't tax them at all. Other states have specific rules, like these types are taxed, these types aren't. Oh, thanks. So it's really just a question of looking at the particular state or states that you have nexus in, and then figuring out if what you're selling is subject to tax. Cool. All right. Thank you so much for that question. Again, I'm going to leave it there. Head on over to megkwheeler.com/course quiz. Take Amy's 2-minute quiz. Find out what your path to profitable online course looks like, and then pop back over to the Badass Moneymakers and let us know. I will see you later, my friend. Have a great week. Bye.